What causes me a meltdown sometimes is being misunderstood and also like people not giving me my space when I need it. And then I just get this built up frustration and then I just have such an attitude problem. And then they think because I'm being a bad person and I'm just swearing and just lashing out, I just feel like I want to punch something. I get really, really flushed. I get really, really lightheaded and I got a headache. It's just like shaking a bottle of Coke and it's gonna like pop.
I've had meltdowns due to something not going the way that I expected. So anxiety about unexpected change, leading to a meltdown. Assume that it's all got to do because you're a hysterical woman and things like that. And I think, or for example, for younger people, it can be, oh, that's a spoiled child who can't cope with the change because they always get their way. It's like, no. That's not it. I really I don't care about things being perfect. I just can't cope with certain things and they have nothing to do with being perfect.
If I'm having a meltdown, like literally the opposite of a good thing to do is to try and fix the fact that I'm having a meltdown, because that just makes me melt down more. Because you can't, lie on the floor and kick and scream because you're at work or you're an adult or people don't like it when you do that. They're just kind of completely just shut down, absolutely completely. It's like you can't function.
You just don't care.
And it's like nothing, and nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
Like normal people speaking to me with normal words, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying. I have no idea what those words mean. Or it's simple instructions and I can't follow them.
Mm.
And I just that gets me more flustered, so I shut down even more.
So you've got all this going through your head and trying to deal with normal life and trying to deal with the situation. And sometimes it's not a choice. Sometimes something physically takes over and just throws that switch and you're off.
It gets to that point where someone breathing is like someone shouting in your ear.
Mm. Yeah.
And you're getting frustrated with people because they're there.
If I went into a shutdown and my support person will recognise the symptoms about what's going on and she would try and intervene in the situation for me. Not to me, but with the people around me. But we'll probably have a pre-arranged signal that she'll touch my arm, and that's a recognition point. And I'll know that I'm not alone in that. And the worst thing you could probably do is not acknowledge my shutdown and try and get me to do the thing that the shutdown was caused about in the first place.
It's also got to do with giving people the space to figure out what they need, because sometimes when people see a meltdown, they kind of run towards it and make it stop. Whereas sometimes you're never going to learn how to deal with the meltdown and strategies to help with it if people straight away intervene, because that means you don't know how it would naturally end. It's a little bit like when you have anxiety, sometimes you have to live with the anxiety a little bit to realize that the anxiety will lower itself with time. When I have a shutdown, personally, I kind of like it if people don't necessarily make a big deal out of it.
I want to be supported through this. There's nothing you can do to stop it, but if I know that that's helpful.